We're on Samach Vav chapter Dalit. Kishin Nishlami, what to Dibor. When a person completes his letters of speech, you have to bring out the words b'shleimus. Sometimes the letters of the speech get stuck in the back of your throat. We're in Samach Vav paragraph Dalit. You cannot bring out the words in shleimus. Hezerik. Okay, you don't know what that means? You don't know German? You know German? What's Hezerik mean?
It's not German.
It's Yiddish. Okay, so now, so the words get stuck in the garon, in the throat. They get stuck in the throat. So you have to, when a person brings them out to shleimus, they don't get stuck anymore. Okay, we're going to see what that means. You have to take the words out of your throat so you can speak with a completion. You have to put the nekudos into the letters. Okay, we're going to see what that means. Without a nekuda, you can't say anything. There's no sound to any letter if there's no nekuda on the letter. Okay, when you bring the letters when you bring the nekuda to the letters, you bring the speech out in shleimus. Then you could bring from potential to actual. It's an interesting thing because it's saying that everything's dependent upon bringing the nekudas to your letters. And if you could do that, then you could bring everything to pole. All of your thoughts go into your speech. As the Zohar says, it says I remember learning it, there's like a impression of your thoughts into your speech. So therefore, a little bit of your thoughts go into your speech. Okay?
But means like a mother's lips.
Okay. I think it means like a impression. The impression of your thoughts make your lips move. So therefore, okay, so what does that mean? Even though you don't feel this, which means everything you're thinking goes into your speech in a very refined way. You don't even realize it's happening.
Who does this?
Every person.
Why is it Bedakut Gadol?
You're not saying it. It's happening with whatever you're thinking automatically leaks out into your speech in a very refined way. You don't realize it's happening. It means you're not actually uttering.
I don't know the word refined over here. I know what you're saying. Deep to
Duck. Yeah, it means a very. It means
it's detectable. It's sort of like
it's hardly detectable. It's hardly detectable. No, I think what I remember learning in Indian is saying that whatever you're thinking is mamshich into your speech a very little bit that you can't even detect that it's happening.
This is the idea in Freudian psychology of a
Freudian slip. But that's when it's full. That's when you're speaking and then one of the thoughts go up. But this is saying that everything you're thinking, at a certain level, it's crossing the barrier of thought and going into speech, but that speech is not detectable.
It is very subtle.
Subtle, a very, very subtle level.
The membrane between is very thin and permeable.
Is it?
Between your thoughts and your speech.
It says that in the science books?
No, I'm interpreting what you said.
Yeah, that's basically what's going on. So therefore, everything you're thinking comes to a certain level in your speech without you saying it. It's happening in a very refined way. You don't even know it's happening.
But that's different than saying everything that you're thinking.
That's
it's
different.
Like
yeah.
right now, like the Ultra is talking about how, when you think something and you say it, you're leaving behind a whole lot of thought.
Yeah.
And especially in the case of God.
That's a symptom.
When he spoke, he left.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
The full mind of God.
Exactly. Yeah. All the thoughts a person has, they all have to come into your speech at the time of your thinking. In a very undetectable kind of way, but it crosses over. All your thoughts start crossing over into speech. So therefore, like we see, there's another Torah where it says that a person could bring everything out into like if a person wants money and he thinks about it, that could come out as money in his life. Because your thoughts have a big effect on your reality. Why? Why is that? Because the thoughts all the thoughts go into speech, and speech is the manifestation of the thoughts, okay?
But is that right? Are we supposed to like just say whatever we think, or are we supposed to like process it?
Oh, so Shleimus Adibur is a very big topic talked about all throughout the Sefer. And really, you have to be very careful what you're thinking and what you're speaking. That's really what it comes down to. You have to,
That's the key.
yeah.
Actually, I remember.
Even what you're listening to,
Yeah.
you have to be careful about.
That's true also.
By the way, the word listen and silent are the same letters.
Oh, yeah? Wow, interesting. Interesting.
Listen and silent.
Very good.
Yeah, so
But you have to process what you're hearing also, because that's all part of the workshop.
I
Yeah,
remember,
a Freudian-
there was like a Musa Shmuz or something at Diaspora Yeshiva. Rabbi Yitzchak Goldstein was speaking about Lashon Hara. Let's go Lashon, this about Lashon, and you know how difficult it was and how horrible. I said, wait a minute. If you want to fix your Lashon Hara, where does it come from? It comes from thoughts. The reason you're having the Lashon Hara is because you have Machshava Hara.
Yeah.
If you work on your Machshava, how can you say Lashon Hara if you don't think these things in the first place?
it's true, yeah. But even what we say also, we learned last time that all of the shtus that comes out of a person's mouth is also because of the chaya inside of it. It's like a behemoth. Like the more behemoth you are, the more less refined you are, then you could have shtus come out of your mouth. It's an expression of the behemothkeit in the brain, the monkey brain. Okay, so a Freudian slip is basically you haven't refined the behemoth inside of you enough, so then therefore it comes out in your speech, right? You say that. What do you say?
People just say things.
Yeah, but in Tanya it says that you cannot say something if you never thought about it. That means if something comes out by accident, it means you thought about it a lot.
Maybe something that you did shoot on and you
Then you don't have control. You're like a shote. You're a level of a fool.
for example, people just
Doesn't it come from your brain? Just
No, but you thought about those things before.
yeah.
But it could be getting high could bring out the animal even stronger. It's just make you room for the animal to express.
Whether you're doing sativa or Indian.
no, definitely drink and lose control. Like totally.
Yeah, when you're high, you're letting in the nachash take control.
It's different though. Like when
Yeah, because the nachash tells you true things, so then you think it's
They
good.
start cursing, they slipped out.
Yeah, getting drunk is very behemish. Getting high is a refined version of a behemoth,
Yeah.
and it's very you just connect to the nachash
It
straight.
says,
You let him take over.
Kis kos kas.
Yeah, kiso koso kaso. Yeah. It's just three things you determine how a person is the way he relates to his money, how he spends it, and then his anger and the way he drinks. That's how you know what a person is. All the other stuff, leave it aside. That's it. This is how you tell
Money,
it.
anger, and drink.
Yeah, it's the same word. It's all the same word in Hebrew. Kiso, kaso, and koso.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Or as Monty Python says, it's not I think therefore I am, I drink therefore I am.
That's good.
Kiso, kaso, what?
And koso, your cup.
Ah.
Yeah, okay, so you tell the person by his behemoth, basically. How much you find his behemoth. That's what you tell who the person is. That's everything. So now, everything you're thinking comes into speech a little bit, and the speech makes things come actualized, okay? So therefore, your thoughts could actualize at a very refined way, okay? Rak shehu b'dakud me'od, but it's very undetectable, okay? L'chen, kol atziyah she'oseh adam tzricha lavo b'tchila b'toch hadibur. Therefore, every action you do has to first come in speech. Okay. Now, which doesn't mean that you have to say everything that you did. No, but you have to think everything that you do, and those thoughts go into speech as well, and that goes into your action. Okay, because you could think something, and those thoughts go directly into your action. Like if anyone went to Daily Tanya last week, talked about someone whose soul cannot be fully revealed inside of his brain and heart. Therefore, he cannot come to true Ava and Yira in a revealed sense. But if he does the right thoughts in his mind and heart, then Hashem is able to mitzaref it to his actions. So it skips over the midos and it goes right to the action. And when Hashem does that, the actions elevates to the same place that it would have went if he did have the Ava and Yira revealed in his mind and his heart. It's a very interesting thing.
And even speaking is a kind of action.
Yeah, speaking is considered an action,
It's
yeah.
an action.
Yeah, speaking is an action. That's true, yeah. So now, kol dvarim tzrichim lavo b'chinas machshava dibur ma'aseh. Everything has to go through thought, speech, and action. Okay, the garments of the soul. So when you finish the dibur, it goes from the maisa is finished and it goes from koch to poel. Before you do the action from potential to actual, it has to first come to dibur. Okay? Therefore, in order to bring from potential to actual, you have to complete the letters of speech. And to bring out the words in completion from the constrained part of your throat, which means to bring the kudas to your words. Then when your words come b'shleimus, the thing comes from potential to actual. Okay, so how do you bring nekudas to your letters? It's through your desire. You have a desire to do a mitzvah or other things in kedusha. Okay, do you actually have a desire to do it? Okay, so the desire brings out the letters. Okay, from your thought to the speech to the action.
Kisufim is desire?
Yeah, kisufim, yeah, because you're going to see that.
Kesef is derived from kesef.
Yeah, exactly. It says nekuda to kesef. That's it. The nekudas is the kesef. So therefore, all the kisufim mecheshek nasi nekudas. Through the kisufim and the cheshek, the desire creates the nekudas. You cannot do anything unless you have a desire for it. Haynu l'mashal. Keshemedaber is a dibur. When a person speaks a certain speech, you have to have a desire to speak first. Okay, when you do a certain action, if you didn't have a desire to do it, then you wouldn't actually be able to do it. So everything kedusha that you want to do, for example, to travel to the tzaddik, or other things in kedusha that a person wants to do, they give him a desire first, and through that you're able to do the thing, because you bring that in the kudas to the otiyot. Okay.
So it's again, it's machshava, dibur.
And then and the dibur brings it. Yeah.
It's interesting because the machshava, if it remains in your head, right, it has no expression.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have it doesn't come to so many mamashos that someone else can benefit from.
Right.
Which dibur is this communication that allows your machshava to be expressed to someone else.
Right.
Dibur is the same gematria as aura.
Aura?
Aura, 212.
Oh yeah.
Aura is 207, right? 208. Anyway,
Aura is 207.
Aura is 212.
Aura, yeah,
Aura.
212.
Right. So it's light. That's the light of a person. Really.
That's true.
When
Yeah.
they speak, you can tell what's on their soul.
Right, like it talks about we talked about before. There's the Birkat Kohanim. It says it brings the bracha fast because it has to do with the same thing, because it brings desire, because it says that it has to do with the almond. The almond is the fastest growing fruit, and it grows through the water, and the water represents the tainug. So therefore, it's mamshich tainug into a person's thoughts, which helps bring things out into actualization. Because if a person says I want to do this thing, and really he doesn't have such a timing for it, so he really have to fight with himself to actually do it and bring it out into actuality. But if he has a true desire, because it's aligned up with who he is or whatever it is, then that tainug will be so strong that it'll be easy to bring it out into poel. So it's like that. Therefore, Hashem gives the person different kisufim for specific things, because the person has to bring out into poel for those things, right? That's it. Now, so the main desire a person has is actually the opposite of basically they create a mania for you, a blockage for you to actually do that thing, and that blockage creates more desire for that thing. Okay.
So a person has a desire for a blockage? Is that
No. The blockage creates a desire.
There is a mania, is the thing that makes the
that creates the desire.
Yeah, it creates
The fact that you're not allowed to have, like, you can't have something makes you desire it more.
Anything that'll block you from doing that. Like you really want to do this thing, and then it looks like you can't do it because of this, and you can't do it, and then this thing comes up, this thing comes up, and then there creates your desire more and more and more. So you actually have all these nekudas now for the letters, and then you could bring it out. Okay. If a Jewish person that wants to do something for his Judaism, specifically if you want to do something that your whole Judaism depends on, for example, to travel to the Tzaddik Amiti, then they bring him a maniya, a blockage. All of a sudden, this thing comes up, and that thing comes up. Yeah, this maniya is in order to build desire. So you can have a stronger desire to do that specific thing. Through the blockage that they bring for you for that thing. Through this, they bring a strength. You get more strong for that thing.
So it's like if you have a tube and you put a blockage there, it increases the pressure.
Exactly. Yeah. You build up your pressure. Yeah.
The flow is the same, but behind, but it's blocked. That
Yeah.
means that stuff starts piling up, and the desire gets pressure.
Stronger and stronger and stronger and
So
stronger.
finally, it blows.
Bursts through.
Goes through, either through a fault in the side, or it actually bursts through and gets regular flow to it.
Right.
Then you get fat, then you get cholesterol, then it starts to get fun, then you gotta blow it out.
That's
It's
true.
like
Exactly. When you show a child something that he wants, take of miyad chotfin mimeno umachbin mimeno. Right away you hide it from the child. You show him like the best candy in the world, and then you go, where'd it go? And they start running away.
This is the mashal. Rabbi
He says
Yitzchak,
running.
Rabbi Yitzchak gives this mashal of the base of Mikdash, where
with
he had the clothes, and the child damaged them twice, and then he had a third pair of clothes. He showed it to him, then he took them away. The base of Mikdash.
Yes, then you want to run after those things, yeah? And you really want that thing itself. So the main desire comes because they hid it away from you. So that niya creates more desire. So too they stop you from the things you need. And therefore you have stronger desire. And it says Velechem starim yenuam shekol ma shedavar נמנע ונמסר מן האדם, נסתר מן האדם ביותר חושק אליו ונעים לו ביותר.
Bread is pleasant.
Yeah. That's a good line.
Stolen bread is
Stolen bread is sweet.
Sweet.
Mine in top of it's different.
Yeah.
Shlomo meant the same thing.
Hidden bread is pleasant, yeah. That's how you want it.
absence makes the heart grow fonder.
What is there?
That's right.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
There you go,
It
yeah.
was episode.
But the last word's not fonder, it's fronder.
Yeah. Shema ba ta'avot yikabut cheshek ela veda. That through this you get the desire overpowering you for a desire for the thing that you lost. Chas v'shalom rechman litzlan ki b'chamet she'havera nimnat me'od min ha'adam. Since the avera is so hidden from the person, ki anu mitzuvim umuzharim umufkarim alea shelo lasota. You are commanded not to do it. Yeah, the avera. So the avera is very withheld from you. You have an overpowering desire for that thing, as it says, "V'lechem starim yenuam." Kmo ken bi kedusha, so too in kedusha kashish meniya la'adam. When a person has a meniya, something's blocking you in kedusha, your desire gets stronger. Kol masha davar nechshak yedol biyoter. Whatever you desire more, then the mania is even more. You have a person that desires, the thing that he desires, and then he has the desire that he desires to that thing that is being desired. Okay. So, in accordance with the great amount of desire, there has to be. The thing being desired, so too has to be the desire for that thing. So too, therefore, when the thing being desired is so great, so that they have to make you have a very big desire for it. Therefore, you have a bigger mania. And therefore, the desire will get stronger. Whatever mania is more big, the desire gets stronger, as we explained. So therefore, a person should know. When a person has big manias in anything in Kedusha, you should know from this, this thing that he wants to do, is it's a very big desirable thing. Because of this, the mania, the blockages for that thing is very big. Specifically when it wants to travel to the tzaddik emet. There's a lot of different tzaddikim, but there's a nekuda of emes between all the tzaddikim. When you want to be close to that, because everything is dependent upon that. A person has very big manias. And therefore a person can see how great is the thing being desired. So the general rule is all of the blockages are just for the desire. Through this you have a very big desire. Therefore when a person has a lot of desires, for sure he can do the matter. He can bring from actual to potential because the desire is so strong. Because through this desire you create letters. You create nekudos. Through this you bring it from potential to actual. Because the desire breaks all of the manios. Because the mene manios is only for the cheshek. Therefore, a person desires in accordance with the mania. Mimela nishbar mania, and then automatically the mania gets destroyed, and therefore is able to bring it out, to actualize it, and then get what he desires. Okay, we'll pause it here.
So your pressure destroys the